If both drivers dispute liability for this collision, then both of them are likely to be found equally responsible for the collision. When you actually think about it, it is actually the most straightforward split liability scenario, but so many people throw away everything their driving instructors taught them when they look at this scenario. They focus so much on what the car in the wrong lane did that they blind themselves to the fact that the camera car driver is equally responsible for this collision. Ultimately, the real reason that liability is shared is that both drivers did something wrong. Both drivers broke a rule of the highway code, and both drivers displayed poor roadcraft in this collision. The car that went around the roundabout in the incorrect lane is obviously taking their share of liability for going around the outer edge of the roundabout when they shouldn't have been. The camera car has taken their share of liability because they didn't check it was safe and clear to move over and take the exit from the lane that was closest to the roundabout. The design of this roundabout is a very standard, simple, straightforward design for a medium-sized roundabout where some of the entrances are 2 lanes on and 2 lanes off. The centre lines around the roundabout simply split the 2 lanes around the centre of the roundabout. They don't guide you off like you sometimes see on roundabouts which have 3 or 4 lanes. Driving instructors, when we learn to drive, drum into us that we should never assume that somebody on a roundabout is in the correct lane. Never mind the fact that there are road users who are permitted to use the outer edge of a roundabout regardless of their direction of travel. And this is why in the case law of Grace and Tanner at the Court of Appeal, it was decided that an incident which closely resembled this incident, both drivers were responsible. The judge said that it was wrong to assume that the car on the near side was in the correct lane and going to exit alongside the car that was in the offside lane, and that if there was any doubt about whether it was safe to exit, then the car on the offside should go around again. If we concentrate on the vehicle that was going around the outer edge of the roundabout, it is obvious from their road positioning and their wheels that they had no intention of anything other than going around the outer edge of the roundabout. Always remember that if you're exiting a roundabout from a lane that has other lanes to its near side, you need to check that it is safe and clear to be able to exit before you do so, and if you can't, you should go around again. If you enjoyed this video and the liability review, do make sure to hit a follow. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.